TV in association with Tonians. Again, we're looking at the punt kicking and the level of difficulty now. We've moved on to the red and the advanced section. Again, we'd like to thank the IT group for their continued support and sponsorship. The coaching points for this section will be, we want a longer right or left hand hold on the ball. Again, this helps us keep control on the ball and drop it out in front. Second one will be, we want to kick with a hard foot, so we want to be aggressive. This will help us focus on the impact zone. And the third point will be our lean on impact. Okay, so we'll just say getting over the ball. Okay, this will help us get our body weight and momentum through the ball. Our player focuses will be hand position. Okay, more space to allow for a bigger impact by pushing the ball in front. Point of the ball towards the target. This will keep us focused on the ball drop angle. And then finishing beyond the impact zone. This will allow the player to get more body weight through the ball, which will result hopefully in more distance. This skill looks to provide a better look at coordination, body alignment and weight transfer when kicking, and the aim of the advanced section should be for a player to kick accurately and long on the move to identified space. We will now go outside and have a look at how that looks. So again, we're going to have a look at how to put the theory into practical. On this one, we're going to actually look to try and hold the ball a bit longer for the red and advanced part. By holding onto the ball and that bit longer, it allows us to get a bit more of a recoil. Okay, so if I drop short, it's going to be a bit stubby in terms of the skill. Whereas if I'm able to hold onto the ball a bit longer, I'm allowing myself to get more of a recoil. Again, I'm going to hit it with a hard foot. I'm going to be aggressive. And this time, as I hold on to it a bit longer, I get that recoil. I'm naturally going to have a bit more of a lean on the kick, which allows me to just project my whole body weight through. Alright, so we'll hit 3 and see how that looks. Okay, same again, longer hold, recoil over the ball. And I'm going to try and really focus on landing on that same foot again. Out in front, longer hold, better recoil. Same again, longer hold. The lean, the hard foot, and then the last one, same again, pushing that ball out in front, bringing all the different, the green, the orange and the red into one, push it out in front, longer hold, and more of a recoil, came back. So now we'll have a closer look at that from a different angle. Following on from those basic skills that we just gone through outside, we'll now look at the coaching progressions and coaching ideas for the red and advanced section. So we can challenge the players as coaches. So the first point will be how they accept the ball. Okay, so allowing the ball to travel across their body or taking it early. So this is what we want to say, ask the players when they're player learning, what advantages they will have by doing this. Okay, so basically they accept the ball early, they'll be able to use their alignment and kind of set up in advance for their kick. The second point would be scanning early to determine the kick choice. Okay, so coaches, we can give them a stimulus that might challenge this skill. The player learning will get your work done early in my view. Okay, so if they scan early, they'll see their decision and they'll be able to make a quick, concise decision based on the cues that they're seeing. So for coaches, we can basically get them to remind themselves, flag, crossbar, flag. Okay, so we'll get them to survey the back side of the pitch. Third point would be targets for players to aim for. Okay, so if we want to try and help our players with moving targets, we might get them large squares, medium squares and small squares in designated areas around the field. The reason for this, for the player learning, we're applying a stimulus that will challenge their accuracy and focus, get the player to focus on an outcome. The fourth area we can have an impact for coaching idea, whereas we can apply pressure, be it time, fatigue, with defenders, with pads, we can throw cones at them, or we can do multiple reps. Okay, the player learning for this will be to put pressure on the player to challenge him in this area. Okay, so pressure in games leads to mistakes. We want to try and throw the player off the thought process, and the player wants to basically challenge themselves to accept all of these pressures but remain focused on their own process and the skill. These skill progressions look to challenge a player to make the skill easier on the move in the game. The aim of the player should be able to perform these skills under pressure and understand that whatever happens in the game, they have the pre-kick checklists and understanding which will make the kick ultimately more easier.
Okay, before we go into the red coaching ideas, alright, we're just going to have a look at putting that theory into practice a bit more. Alright, with a bit more of a sort of 2, 3, 4 step movement pre-kick. Okay, so we kind of have our pre-kick checklist. Alright, so starting rounding off on this one, he's going to start in the white. Alright, we're going to hit sort of 2, 4, 5, maybe 6 kicks. Okay, so I want him to start on the white. He's going to get in momentum, plant on the yellow, drop to the blue, finish on the yellow. Okay, one thing I want him to get to focus on is holding on to the ball a bit longer. So if I get a pass off round in there, okay, nice and simple. I drop the ball here, I'm going to tend to be a bit more upright. If I get a longer hold, I'm going to allow myself a better forward lean, hard foot on impact, better hip extension through the ball. Okay, so let's see how we get on. I'll try and critique him as I go if I'm not happy with something. There you go. Back to you. You can keep hitting the same one. It's a nice ball. Control your feet. Get up on your toe. Travel, 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 travel. Slightly a bit higher on impact. It's alright, good impact, go. Good strike. Really focus on pushing that out in front. Longer hold. Controlling that drop. Noise, what are we saying? We'll leave that one alone. It's like kicking a football. Same again. So this is just a way, again, we're trying to just control his movement, okay? We're just trying to give him that visual start point, during and end, all in one go. Let's go, get on the move, get a ball out in front. Where do you drop that? Outside, inside? Inside. Yeah, inside. So we can see on that one, dropped it inside, ball finished out left, okay? Encourage the player to give him that visual and that line that he has to stay on. Strike. Again, good indicator on this. Alright, start point, during, end, ball hits the net, rebounds back at your hand, okay? That means you stayed square on impact, again, and put a good bit of, again, hitting with a hard foot that allowed that distance to come about. We've got one more. And we'll push it out, hold on to it longer. Okay, good. Okay, so that's just a pre-kick checklist, okay? Something in the red area, you'll see kickers even before a game. They'll start off generally a couple of statics in the green, progress onto the orange, start to get on the move, all right? So now we're going to have a look at some coaching ideas to kind of make it a bit more applicable to the game. Okay, so to be scanning, a bit of fatigue, again, errors happen under pressure. We want to make sure we're trying to coach that in a session as well. Okay, following on from the last one where we kind of brought a bit more movement into it, this time we're going to have a look at sort of how we adjust our hips in relation to targets, whether that's kind of space in the backfield on either side, okay, and how we adjust our hips as quick as we can. Okay, so make nice and simple for a 10 or anyone who we're kind of coaching. We kind of try and give them a checklist. So sometimes you'll hear corner flag, post, corner flags while they're on the move to sort of see what options they have, or based on, you know, maybe they put a 15 in the backfield and he's the only player there. Be aware of where he is at all times, and then obviously whether the wingers are defending high or deep. Okay, so trying to give the kickers in your team a pre-kick checklist, okay? So this one, what we're going to do is we're going to just give Ronan 2 kicks, okay? Sorry, 3. Alright, he's going to have the left hand side to my right, the right hand side to my left, and then he's going to have front on, okay? I'm just going to get him to travel through these cones, and I'm just going to shout right, and then I want to see how quickly he can readjust his body to get square to that target, and obviously he's aiming for that inside right pole or that inside left, okay? So start just off that line. Okay, so if I say straight, it's going to be straight. If I say right, right, left, left. Go, left. Okay, good kick, happy with the transition, okay, but we need to, in this red area, we need to make it snappy and quicken it up, okay? So get him back in, same again. Go, right. Again, great impact, great kick, happy with how he pushed the ball up out in front. Okay, a bit more of a forward lean and being a bit more deliberate and wanting the ball to go in that direction. Okay, go, straight. Okay, so automatically for me, we need to quicken up, all right, how he's adjusting his feet in relation to that target. Okay, we always hear the things, good players have time in their hands. Okay, the only thing I'd say is they have time in their hands because they adjust and they can get it organized quicker. All right, so what I'm going to get you to do this time, as soon as you get through this, I'm going to get you square, and as soon as you get square, you're dropping it. Okay, I don't want you to get here and then start traveling along the lines like you're on your holiday. Okay, I want you to get here, react right, push that ball straight out in front, get square and get through. Okay, so let's see if we can make that a bit snappier. Remember, hard foot forward, lean, hold on to that ball a bit more and really punch through the target. Go, left. Okay, good, quicker. Let's go, let's pick up the pace now. Go, left. Good, high on the impact. Remember to really push that ball out in front. Go, right. Bit wobbly, it's all right. Okay, let's go again. Again, really focus on that right, longer hand on the right. Okay, control that drop, control the outcome. Go, right. Nice and simple, good. Same again, now we're putting them under a bit of pressure, okay, so it's a bit more game-like. Go, left. Talk to me on that one. There's no recoil, no follow through. Okay, this time you're going to face me. On the go again, we're going to try and challenge them to try and turn, get square through the target and then react again. Okay, so as soon as I say turn, you're going to go straight away and then react to the target. Turn, right. Best strike of the day. Grab that another ball there. And we go last one again. We're just trying to challenge the player to throw him off his body position, the body alignment. Okay, really force him to understand if he can get square to a target, okay, we're going to get a good outcome. Turn, left. Okay, perfect. All right, so there's a few ways to kind of do it. If I was looking to add more pressure and add more of a stimulus, I'd probably maybe give him a few sprints in between, some more different types of kicking, some more types of passing. Okay, because when we get fatigued in games, all right, errors come about. The next one on that, obviously we're aiming for poles. We're not really, I suppose, being accountable. It's just kind of aiming at a pole is fine. If I really wanted to bring it onto a pitch, we could bring targets. Okay, we could put the tram lines down, we could put the lines down and actually say, right, if you kicked it out in the full, he's got a run to do. Okay, so actually when we do make errors and when pressure comes on games, error leads to mistakes lead to turnover in possession, all right, and that leads to potentially being punished on the scoreboard. Okay, so don't be afraid as a coach to actually implement those things and making the player accountable to that skill by actually putting some actual pressure on. Okay, hopefully some of those made sense. Okay, those points from the greens, the orange and the red. Again, thank Ronan for coming down. Any questions on any aspects within that, feel free to fire it through. Always happy to help. Thanks.